Hey guys, Size here. I've been doing some testing on the beta recently and I just had an idea to make a dungeon walkthrough. I've been playing Shadow Priest. These are my talents. Some things aren't implemented yet, some things are broken, so just feel free to pause and have a look. This is just because this is what's working at the moment. It's not set in stone, might not be what I pick, but this is what I've done for this dungeon. I'm going to be speeding up the trash between the bosses, and when I get to the bosses I'm going to slow down the video and just kind of go through the boss mechanics that are there. Some things again subject to change, but this is just a little walkthrough of what each boss does, what you can expect and how to react to the abilities. So we're coming up to the first boss here. It's the Lost Dwarves. There are 3 bosses and each of them have different abilities. You have Baylog, who will shoot a heavy arrow through the group, knocking back anybody it hits. It inflicts physical damage. He also has a wild cleave that you can dodge as well. Eric will charge. He'll put a little brown swirly on the floor. It will disorient you for 3 seconds. Just move out of it and make sure you're playing it safe. Olaf will put a shield up that you can see here. It's a 75% damage reduction. It lasts for 12 seconds. You just either push him down through the health or wait for it to finish. On a timer, all 3 dwarves, or however many are left, will jump into this boat. They will shoot fire onto the floor. You can see the swirlies, very easily dodgeable. Make sure you're moving out, but if you do get hit, it will put a dot on you that can stack up and it lasts for 12 seconds. Coming up to the second boss now, Bromach. He has an ability called Call of the Deep. It'll summon 4 trogs to him. They will ambush the party, cast chain lightning. Just make sure you're kicking it and you're groping them up, ready to just melee damage. He will also spawn a quaking totem, which you'll see in a moment. When this totem's killed, it will stun everything in the room for a while, and it increases the damage taken by 200%. Boss will also cast Bloodlust, which if you have a mage you can spell steal, or you can time the killing of the totem to stun it so he doesn't cast it. He will also do Thundering Slam. It's a blue swirly AoE around him. If you get hit by it, you're going to be inflicted with nature damage. Just make sure you're getting out far enough to dodge it. Third boss coming up is Sentinel Talondras. This boss starts with 0 energy, but it will rise throughout the fight. If it hits 100 energy, he'll become unstoppable, becoming immune to kicks, stuns, the lot of it, and it will increase his damage done by 50% for 20 seconds. You can avoid this by having the tank kiting through these yellow orbs. It will reset his energy and stun him for a short amount of time. If a player gets hit by one of these, they'll be stunned for 6 seconds. The AoE knockback that you can see isn't avoidable. It deals physical damage. Make sure you use a little personal. I, for example, put a power word shield up. It's just making sure you're healthy for the knockback, so you're not going to get one shot on the higher key levels as the expansion goes on. Outside of melee and the tank and the knockback, he will randomly cast earthen shards It's a target to bleed, its physical damage lasts for 10 seconds. Coming up to the 4th boss now, Emberon. When he starts the fight, he'll do a frontal fire cone that you'll see now. It's avoidable, it's static. If you get hit by it, you're going to get a fire debuff that lasts for 10 seconds. You see these fire orbs coming out of the Guardians. If you get hit by them, it'll deal a bit of damage, knock you back, but it doesn't leave a dot. The boss goes into an intermission on a percentage base. There will be 4 keepers that you've got to kill around the room, and you've also got to dodge this fire beam. If you have a personal, I found you can go through it safely with dispersion, but when you get into Mythic Plus and the higher key levels, it very well might one-shot. When you kill these keepers, the immunity shield will come down, and you can hit the boss again. You will get 2 of these phases throughout the fight at different intervals. It's just making sure you execute it properly, you're dodging the avoidable damage, and you're finishing off the keepers. we're coming up to the last boss of the dungeon, Chrono Lord Deios. He will cast Eternity Orbs that come down from the sky. You can see it with the brown swirly on the floor. When it lands on the floor, it creates a brown pool, which when you stand in it, it will deal arcane damage. It'll reduce your haste by 30%, and it spreads exponentially throughout the room. He does the wing buffet that you've just seen. It will knock back everybody in the room, doesn't matter where you are. And he has that sand breath frontal that's just hit the tank. It's only on the tank unless he faces it towards the group. It's very easily avoidable. The boss will cast Rewind Timelines. When he does this, you want to go and stand in those brown pools. They'll give you 50% haste, and as you stand in it, you reduce the radius so that the room's clean again for when you come out of the intermission and there's more pools. You want to make the room as clean as possible so you have as much room to finish the rest of the encounter. And with that, that's the video. This is a new style of video that I'm trying to do. I'm going to be trying to get through all the dungeons, trying to give good point of views on the fight. I might try tanking and healing just so you get a different point of view and everybody benefits from the video. I will be putting up the Warcraftlogs damage breakdown in a second, and I'll put the Warcraftlogs link in the description so you can have a look yourself. I really appreciate you watching the video. There's going to be more coming out. I'm going to try and get a better mic set up, and hopefully quality improves. So thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you have a nice night / day wherever you are, and take care.